welcome to this first session.
Oh, there's 3 people watching.
Alright, hello, welcome.
Yeah.
So I'm Sylvia and this is Alex, and well, the theme we've chosen today is special interests, because we're going to hopefully do one of these maybe once a week or twice a week, and so we thought if we have themes then we can work through things. So just to begin with, Alex is just going to say a bit about how special interests help you, aren't you really, Alex?
Yeah, special interests. I feel like special interests are actually, sometimes people can view them negatively, but they are actually a very positive thing. Special interests can be like, they can be like a special place that a person on the spectrum can resort to when can leave and go to when the world is full of stress and anxiety. And special interests have many benefits. They have even saved lives. Like I heard about someone at a conference who was very nearly committed suicide, but then he suddenly thought that if I go ahead and do this, I won't be able to see the new Star Wars film, and that prevented him from actually committing the suicide.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, is that? No, it's just saying someone's watching. Yeah.
So does anyone have any questions about special interests or comments or any of your own personal experience of how it helps? And or any other questions that you want to ask?
Well, while you're thinking of stuff, perhaps I'll mention some of my special interests.
Yeah.
Yes, one special interest I've had for a long time has been Star Wars, and I've had it since I was like 11 years old. I've got quite the collection of Star Wars films. I've got the prequel trilogy on DVD. A lot of people hate these films, but I do actually still quite enjoy them, particularly Revenge of the Sith, and of course I did grow up with them as well. And I have the original trilogy on DVD as well. And these, of course, are the remastered versions where they've made all the changes, because I have actually to this day I've never seen the way they were when they were originally released.
Does that disappoint you, not being able to see the way they were when they were originally released?
Yeah, I would quite like to be able to see them the way they were, yeah.
What do you like about Star Wars, though?
I'm just, just like the story and the characters and the adventure and the whole world it's set in.
Like another world?
Yeah. I have the Clone Wars cartoon series here.
Wow.
Yeah, the seasons of this. And also Star Wars Rebels as well. And finally we come to the more recent films. The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, sorry, they're the ones I have. I don't have The Rise of Skywalker yet. And here is Solo and Rogue One.
And I know, Alex, that you've made YouTube videos
yes.
where they've made changes, and you go into the absolute detail of
yes.
Star Wars, don't you? And what do you think? Because I don't know if they still do it now, but as part of the diagnosis of being autistic, they have kind of obsessive interest, almost as a sort of like it's a negative thing. What do you think of that? Do you think it is negative?
No, it's not negative. I think it is definitely a trait of autism, but I wouldn't say it's a negative trait. In fact, it does definitely have its positives. I mean, to have such a wide level to be able to have focus on particular things is a benefit. You can have the particular things that you know a lot about, and so in some cases they can really be used to a person's advantage. One of my special interests is autism.
Yeah.
I've really managed to help use that to my advantage. Like if I didn't have special interests, I likely wouldn't have things I could use as a career and such. And sometimes it can be a good idea for a person on the spectrum to get a career using their special interests.
I mean, yeah, I get that actually, because I am also someone that likes to research things and go into detail, and and I think that you know, my interest in researching things really helped me to understand autism as well, and to understand you better. And when your dad had a stroke 10 years ago, you know, the first thing I did while he was still, you know, days after he'd had the stroke and he'd lost all his language, the first thing I did was order books and research how to help someone who's had a stroke. And I go into like such detail that it really helps me. It helps me to sort of to know what to do about a situation. So I very rarely panic about a situation, but I need to know all the information that's involved, and I don't think that's a negative thing. I mean, you know, I'm not diagnosed as autistic, but I don't think you need to be someone who enjoys going into detail and finding out about things.
Yeah.
It's like a curious mind. You want all the answers, don't you?
Yes, exactly, yeah.